Assalamu alaikum, Gambia. Assalamu alaikum, friends of the Gambia. Good afternoon to everyone. And today is Wednesday, October 1st, 2025. Fellow Gambians and friends of the Gambia, we have a situation in the Gambia where corruption is celebrated and is being treated as a new form of religion called the Barrow hegemony. But let us ask ourselves, who is responsible for that corruption in the Gambia? It's we the people. So, to solve the level of corruption in the Gambia, it's very easy because Gambia is one of the smallest countries in mainland Africa. As such, corruption should be nipped in the bud to make sure that, nobody does any semblance or anything that looks like wasting the resources of the poor taxpayers of the Gambia. So therefore, I totally and diametrically would want to suggest that in order to map out corruption in the Gambia, we have to criminalize it and make sure that we set an example by hanging somebody in the public square. It may sound very harsh, but that is why places like China and other countries were able to evolve themselves out of poverty, industrial revolution, and everything and the like would make the country great. But come to think of it, no religion, even if you are a Buddhist, if you worship cows, if you worship a major god, whether Islamic faith or the Christian religion, no religion in the world will validate corruption or to promote corruption. So why do we do corruption? Some people who are lazy, they have no skill set, no trade, no iota of willingness to do some hard work to make sure that they earn a living by themselves, are the people who perpetuate corruption and corrupt practices and continue to feed their family with that ill-intent money. So come to think of it, people are corrupt as hell, and then they continue to pray 5 daily prayers or whatsoever religion you practice, but you still continue to loot the resources from the poor taxpayers. You think we as a people, are we serious? Literally, you see people who corrupt and amass wealth in quantities and try to bring it back to their family. Some of those people, in fact, they are celebrated, and so the society look up to them and be like, can't you be like somebody X, Y, and Z? But without knowing that that X, Y, and Z is paid equal salary like another person in correlation. But then the level of stealing, the level of being a con artist, and the level of being a deviant in society made them to outshine other people. So this is bad. Africa will never go forward if we are not able to address corruption, corrupt practice, lawlessness, and abuse of office and authority. It starts with us, we the people. Because we are the people who will form an example. Example, when I leave here and go back to Gambia, in the Gambia, you see a lot of violations in traffic, a lot of rules that have been broken by people who are even, some are law enforcement officers, And some are government officials who are violating this rule. If you want to talk, they be like, for us, we are used to this. So it means that not only the Gambian people are promoting bad behavior, but they celebrate it. These are some of the things that is making the Gambia to be a retarded country. A country held and controlled by retards and con artists. And then the vast majority of the people who are as poor as a church mouse continue to celebrate that. Even laws, basic laws that have been there to protect them. Sometimes you see that their rights have been seized from them by law enforcement officers, and yet still they are like, we are here like that. This is how we do it here. No. Business cannot go as usual if Gambian people are not cognizant of their own situation. Basic laws. If I'm a lua mi ya lon ka nyanta ke ite marabanko kan o lua nying ite fanga ya lon ne ko nyimman bete ya nyimman ke silote, but yet still ite you cannot even fight your right. That's where the problem is as Gambians. Ngo nyulmilbe man sakunda ko ne ba man futu moti de andi man ke kende ya moti, man karam moti, man fahamu moti, man kunim moti, but yet still at the end of the day lua tinya wo mu lua tinya leti momo tate corrupta man ke fala keta kodoti bala keta kodoten imama ma wo kodo nying dila puruka dila ye fanka maya because Gambia dingo mo be fuari. But o fuari anying ete fuari dimba ete mi fuari alo ye batal ala kolea long lundo le sotota ila korda kono inene konton tabari man dasama inene dasama tabari man simang inene siman tabari konton man sone bulu Gambia mbenga wo experience le. But o mo kurungo le miliyalon ko fuari dimbalem ni wol nata wole palaso muta wollel fankanake ala jawoti yeke annabi jawoti ye Gambia dingol noto. So Gambia la problem wate bannola. This is why corruption o mimbebeje, corruption o mo ala so quality. Corruption o ka molel fa because kodo minyanta kadon lopitanol to, kodo minyanta kadon agriculture kono, ete mare ka wol kodol te yake fankoto. Mune dina jamale al karandi nyina. Dine jama because amanke Islam dinote, amanke Christian dinote, amanke dina dolte milia lonko de even free thinkers la dino fam. O mam mo karande ka fako minko idaji ko jawya yeke kutun kannoti yeke mote miya lonko ibe sunyari bambalo kala banko kan fuaro la fengo iba sunya la sutatile. Dina mam mo karande wala. Bari Gambia nolo, modol bije wol ba katakande, bar modol bije they are as lazy as a pig. Mili alonko, mechete bulu, imam karang, imam fahamu, imam matimato fango soto mi alonko ise baluno wola, ete mariko, ibe jamengole mutale ko ibe ta sisila. I have no problem with religion. Religion o nyeng, bunjen nyol wol baluta nyeng Gambia banko, faya ko ebe fam balundi la lembe injamano min konote katon at least ete mo kele ye musikele mfula fosaba wulu o musikele mfula fosaba wolbe kono wolbe competition ola nindo ya jolon tenting ay me do fana ya jolon do nindo a meta do fana ya jolon ya comme mbe min fokan musu fula fosaba be mari bulu o musol kono wolbe be competition o kala furka jube jamala dingo be siala bari ite mari as a parent ite fanana personal responsibility lam nyenti ye dimbaya o dimbaya mara ye mil dundi na nyimbanko ka ite mo alfati min nyanta ka wol maril balundi bari again Gambia be o alhalo minto fuari ya nyimbe lokuri molbela ite mari na si ya muta kominko yo musufula fosaba yo mimbe nyinintende I have no problem mol milialon ko e musufula fosaba nyini bawo niya nyinin nyanta kay maril balundile o balundiro nyi mota kele etela mu kewti etela nyanta ka oke bari etela o musufula saba nyiningo ata kendile ko ila fanko mamfuta dami yella fila ka banko la kodo ta yadundi wolto wol mu problem wolti wo al halo lu nga wallal soto fambul Gambia banko ka te Gambia nolu mo jamal bije fuari so comme mbe mem fokan wala mu kuonyenti for dimba wala be Gambia bankoka. But molu they are not living according to their means and standard. Na mfangol la bankoka. Wole ka kendi molu ila wasabalia nye mimbe lari ifanal fango balobala woya kendi dal mol la mol ma ifan nyandi nyoti do e min soto etema soto o do mi ya soto o mecho soto le o londo soto le o ba dan donela kekan eta dum be siri eta ko ya be ke pare ba ken sengo damati. At the end of the day, this is why things are failing in that country. Molu daji kolu amam faling inata kende luan taya mimbe Gambia banko kan moli ke another form of coming ko kule mu mi alon digalle mu kule mu wajibi yalem bare luwa tinya te mu luwa tinya doronneti banko ite tata je o banko a sarfo lel katara lare luwa lel ka bunya e horoma woto bare nima wo luwal bunye e horoma ete mari problemo dammal katara woto because o banko ne ta fan soto nola Gambia be wok al halo leto wala akende corruption bambalo siata na banko kan meya lonko dole bije mballel kake fallel kake dole bije baringol lel fongo kake bare at the end of the day wol molu milika nyinke molu kanan kasinke celebrate eka moja e loi tinya bake hani police officer milbe uniform kon wol ka loi tinyale wo loi tinya nying just merely a police officer, that does not exempt you from respecting the rule of law in that country. Marembadi Gambian call. For Gambia nyanta ka talale bang, wala ten Gambia nyanta ka o bang ko nyi wafile bang moli saung. Katung at the end of the day, cool milbe keri o bang ko kan. Ye maril jube, the two most popular religion walam Islamic faith and Christianity. Nyimol musalila balti bari nyimolu daji kol nota bake so wala na corruption pour nga Gambia bondi bata kono ay tara kuto mi alon ko wajibiyata mo bebe fanko soto nola wala corruption mo moye banko la femota aya tara ko ete manyanka balu wala ni a sentence e nyanta ke sentence le by hanging in a public square pour ka o ku sifa o daji ka sifa ka discourage Gambia titano la nyato ando Gambia banko dinnet ni la fete se jebe ta bar mol la kutum kan na ya siata o banko ga horomol man soto